What is a 1099-G and why do you need one to file your 2020 taxes? Especially if you have taken unemployment benefits or certain government benefits for that matter. In this video, we'll see what 1099-G is, what different types of payments fall under 1099-G. We'll go over 1099-G form in detail, how 1099-G affects your taxes, and finally, we'll see step-by-step guide on how to get your 1099-G form. I would like to inform you that I'm trying to help people better understand the procedures of unemployment insurance and PUA and guide individuals to get the financial assistance during the economic hardship. So if you like the work I'm doing and the videos I've made so far, please go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel and leave a comment below, and I'll do my best to answer them all. Also, if you're new to my channel and you haven't watched my other videos regarding missing backdate payments, PPP loan, or other topic on unemployment insurance and pandemic unemployment assistance, then click on the link above to check them out. So without any delay, let's start the video. So what is 1099-G? Well, 1099-G form is a record of the total taxable income government issues to you in a calendar year and is reported to the IRS. Now, by government, it could be either federal or state sponsored. So if you have received certain benefits from federal government or state level government, then it will be under 1099-G form. Now, not every benefits or payments fall under taxable income, so we will go over which payments fall under the taxable income later on in this video. So every individual will have their own 1099-G form if you have received certain benefits. Now, these benefits or payments are considered as a taxable income, so it must be reported on your tax return. And for that reason, you will need to use 1099-G because it is the only way to report this taxable income to the IRS. So what different payments or benefits fall under 1099-G? Based on the most relevant and commonly used benefits during the pandemics, first would be the unemployment compensation. Any form of unemployment compensation, it could be federal extensions, federal pandemic unemployment compensation, pandemic emergency unemployment compensation, or lost wages assistance benefit must all be reported to the IRS. Now they're all considered federally taxable income, so you will have to pay federal taxes on them, but it's a different story with the state taxes. Some states consider these benefits as taxable, while others have made them tax-free. So make sure to check with your state's unemployment office. Other payments under 1099-G are pandemic unemployment assistance, disability insurance, disaster unemployment assistance, paid family leave benefits, state or local income tax refunds, credits or offsets, reemployment trade adjustment assistance payment, taxable grants, and agricultural payments. Now, similar to the unemployment compensation, at state level, some considers them to be taxable, while other states have waived the taxes. So you'll have to check with your state's unemployment office. But at federal level, these are all taxable income. Now let's take a look at 1099-G in detail and understand the form itself. And here you can see an example of 1099-G form. It should look like this, but different states might have a slight different layout, but it normally conforms to this format. Looking at Payers box, it is usually your State Department of Labor Unemployment Division. That's the case even for PUA or other federally funded benefits. Because even though they are federally funded, the benefits are handed out by states. Moving on to the recipient's ID number, that's going to be your Social Security number or your individual taxpayer identification number if you are certain non-resident and resident aliens who cannot get a Social Security number. Then moving on to the recipient's box, That will be your name and address in there, since you are the one who is receiving the benefits. So while checking your 1099-G form, make sure to check the details are correct. Box number 1 is for total unemployment compensation amount that you received in a calendar year. Your unemployment insurance or PUA together with other unemployment compensation should be reflected in here. Box number 2 is for any amount paid to you through the refund, offsets, or credit of local or state taxes. You do not have to report this amount to the federal tax return if you took a standard deduction previously. But if you have taken itemized deduction in relation to the payments of your local and state taxes in prior years, then you will need to report this amount on your federal tax return. Box number 3 is for the year in which the refunds, offsets, or credits were issued. If these refunds, offsets, or credits were issued for a previous year, then you won't have to mention anything here. But if it is for any other year, then you'll have to mention the year in 4-digit format. Also, if you have been issued these payments for more than 1 year, then you will need to report each amount for separate years in separate 1099-G forms. Box number 4 is for federal income tax withheld. Enter the amount that has been withheld from the unemployment compensation voluntarily or backup withholding of RTAA payments, taxable grants, and agriculture payments if that applies to you. Box number 5 is for Reemployment Trade Adjustment Assistance Payments, or RTAA in short. RTAA is a wage supplement that pays up to 50% of the difference to eligible trade-affected workers aged 50 and above who have obtained new employment that pays less than their trade-affected employment. In other words, it's a cash benefit that pays 50% of the gap between what you made in your former job and what you make in your new job. So, if you have received such payments, then you will need to report it here. Box number 6 is for taxable grants. You will need to report taxable grants provided by federal, state, or local level. It could be grants for subsidized energy financing or grants for projects that produce or conserve energy. Taxable grants administered by Indian tribal government should also be reported here. And any taxable grants of $600 or more needs to be reported here unless stated otherwise. Box 7 is for agriculture payments. So if you have received any agriculture subsidy payments, then you will have to report it right here. It includes market facilitation program payments as well. Box 8 is for trade or business income. So if you have received the funds, offset, or credits mentioned in Box 2 exclusively to a trade or business and is not tax of general application, then you can put a cross in this box. Box number 9 is for market gain. So enter the market gain associated with the repayment of CCC loan. CCC loan is a commodity credit corporation loans related to agriculture, which are mostly carried out by Farm Service Agency, Agricultural Marketing Services, Natural Resources Conservation Service, and Foreign Agricultural Services. Box 10A is for the state, so enter your state here. In Box 10B, enter your state's federal identification number. If you don't know the ID number, then call your local unemployment office and ask them for the ID number. And finally, in Box 11, enter the amount withheld for state income tax, if you have done so. Here is an example of California's 1099-G form, and as you can see, the layout might be a little different, but the details are more or less the same. And we'll now see how 1099-G affects your tax return. We will see two different examples of 1099-G and how to do the calculation to see the effect on your tax return. Here you can see the person Jonathan Ross has received a total of $10,000 in unemployment compensation without any other subsidies or credits or grants. And if you see in Box 4, it says the total federal income tax withheld is $1,000, which means he has paid his full federal tax on the unemployment compensation. This is because the total federal tax rate for the unemployment compensation is 10%. And similarly, for the state of New York, the total state tax rate for unemployment compensation is 2.5%. And if you see in box 11, you can see a total of $250 withheld. So he has also already paid the state income tax for unemployment compensation in full as well. Now let's look at the second example, and in this case he has not withheld any amount for federal income tax and state income tax. So he'll have to pay $1,000 on federal income tax at the rate of 10% for unemployment compensation of $1,000 and $250 for state income tax at the rate of 2.5%. So please find out the total amount of compensation you have received and then find out from your local state whether or not you'll have to pay income tax on unemployment compensation. Because like I said before, some states are taxing the unemployment compensation, whereas some states have made the unemployment compensation tax-free. But regardless, you'll have to pay federal income tax, so keep that in mind. Now, if you have received any of the earlier mentioned payments from the government last year, then you will be able to get your 1099-G form. So let's see how to get your 1099-G form. First, log into your unemployment insurance online account /portal. This is same account portal where you filed the unemployment application. Once you are inside of your portal, you can then go to the unemployment services section. After that, you'll be able to see your 1099-G request tab. Make sure you select 2020 for the year and press Get. Your 1099-G should be downloaded and it should open as a PDF file. Make sure to see the details are correct. But more importantly, make sure that the unemployment compensation amount, tax withheld amount, and your social security number or ITIN number is correct. And then you're good to file your taxes for 2020. If you cannot find the 1099-G under your online account, then you can always call the unemployment office and ask them for your 1099-G. They should be able to send it to your email address or your mailing address, which is on their system. So there you have it. That's the entire 1099-G discussed in depth. I hope you find the video helpful, but if you're still confused, then please let me know in the comments section and I'll help you out there. Once again, if you like my videos, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more informative videos. Thank you everyone and have a good day.